Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special. Live tonight, high school basketball. The Tallmadge Blue Devils versus the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders. With veteran sportscaster Ron Whitmer and color analyst Eric Whitmer. Stay tuned for all the action right here on Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special.
Good evening and welcome to Tallmadge High School for the Fifth Dimension Radio High School Basketball Game of the Week, brought to you by Jobs for Ohio's Graduates and The Stable. I'm Ron Whitmer, and I'm joined in the booth by color analyst Eric Whitmer for tonight's Suburban League American battle between the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders and the host Tallmadge Blue Devils. Coach Curtis Black's squad comes into tonight's game off a 15-point loss at Streetsboro last Tuesday. Roosevelt's 2-7 overall and 0-4 in the Suburban American. Meanwhile, it's been an up-and-down start for Coach Justin Little's Blue Devils, but they've won 4 of their last 6 and find themselves at 4-4 overall and 3-1 and in second place in the Suburban American. We'll talk to both coaches and set the table for tonight's matchup right after this message.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Ron Whitmer here pregame with Coach Curtis Black from the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders. Coach, a little bit of a rough start for you guys, 2-7 going into tonight's game. But it seems you always play Tallmadge tough in the last few years. And the league leader currently is Highland. You played them real tough. So how are your guys feeling about tonight?
I think we feel the same way about every game. We're having a tough start, but I think we have the mindset that we can win every game we play. So I think tough times will go away soon, hopefully. But I think we play everybody tough, every chance we can.
So I'm doing a little math today, which is not my strong suit. But I was doing the math. You're averaging about 45 points per game, giving up about 56 a game. Which is the bigger issue for you?
I think for us, it's giving up 56.
Yeah.
I think last year we probably gave up like 52 or 53. We probably averaged around the same thing, about 45. So I think that's where we are scoring-wise, but it's giving up so many points and having our losses be double-digit deficits sometimes. That's not something we want to see. So we want to play a low-scoring game. We want to keep the other team obviously scoring below 50. So I think that would be great for us to do.
Okay. You split with Tallmadge last year. What's the key to beating them tonight?
Same thing. Handle their pressure. They're tough. They're a hard-nosed team. They're well-coached. They're scrappy. They don't have a ton of size, but they all play hard. They play hard. They play physical. They all shoot the ball very well. So breaking pressure, being able to withstand that for 4 quarters.
Who's got to have a big night for you tonight?
Everybody.
That's a good answer. That's Coach Curtis Black from the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders. Coach, thanks, and have a good game tonight.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Ron Whitmer here courtside with Coach Justin Little of the Tallmadge Blue Devils before tonight's matchup with Kent Roosevelt. Coach, approaching the midway point in the first round of the American Conference here in the Suburban League. You're 4 games in, you're in second place, and you're only behind Highland, who you
I know why you're starting to laugh. You lost by a point out there again. I'm sure it's one you thought you had or should have had, and you could have been at the top. But my question is, at the beginning of the season, would you have been fairly happy with where you stand right now?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I think we had a chance to compete. I kind of knew what to maybe expect from us. I was very interested to see what the other teams were going to be like, Barberton, I wasn't sure what they were going to look like, right? Highland lost a lot of really senior heavy last year, but they're a team that likes to just reload, right? And so it was more interesting to see kind of what the other teams are bringing back. And I still don't know that to this day because we still got Kent, Copley, Barberton on the bottom stretch of the first half.
And you mentioned that, and one of the teams that's struggling, you're playing tonight in Kent, but historically, they've played you tough,
They've
right?
always given us fits.
So does that worry you?
Oh, absolutely. Every game. I think this is a year where I know right now, us, Barberton, Copley maybe are probably up there, Highland up there, but I think, it could come down to a champion or a 2-3-way tie, and each team might have 3+ losses, I think it could get, I think any night, anyone in this league can beat anybody. Like I use Falls, for example. They're not what their record is. I mean, they're better than that. And then, they gave us a tough game. They're going to give someone fight every night, too. And I just think that's what the league is this year.
Yeah. Kent, one of their 2 wins is against Stowe, who's doing well on the other side of the league. So.
Absolutely. I think it's any given Tuesday and Friday night, honestly, this year is a little bit different, but it's good. It makes it competitive. I don't know if it's the best brand of basketball this league has seen and been a part of. However, I do think it's very competitive, and I like it that way, to where any night anything can happen.
Sure. So tonight's game, if you're able to dictate pace, what does it look like? And conversely, if you're not and Kent is, what does that look like?
Right. Again, historically, going back to our battles here since I've been here with Kent, I feel like if we can push the pace, press, get some traps, get some turnovers, get some runouts, that won't allow them to get in their zone. I'm assuming they're going to zone us like they have historically. And then ultimately it comes down to us making some shots.
That was my last question. Who's got to score the ball for you?
All of us. We all got to find a way, chip in, do our part. To me, it's just making those winning plays. And a lot of people, and our team included, they think a winning play is putting the ball in the hoop. And that is far from the truth. Just getting a deflection, getting a block out, diving on a loose ball, taking a charge. I mean, I think whatever team makes the most winning plays, that isn't necessarily putting the ball in the hoop. Those winning plays help you put the ball in the hoop, right? Like give you an extra possession. They do all that. And I think if we can do that, control kind of what we can control on that end, take care of the basketball, but hopefully try to score before they can get in their zone.
That's Coach Justin Little from the Tallmadge Blue Devils. Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you. Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
your time.
Yep, good luck to you guys. Thanks.
Hi, this is Ronnie Kemmer, owner of Cambria's Bistro. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Cambria's Bistro is a family-owned establishment that brings together the best of 2 worlds, the rich traditions of Italian cuisine and the contemporary favorites of a pub and grill. Reservations are not required but recommended by calling 330-331-5282 or 330-331-5357. We offer a casual dining atmosphere that is great for a family dinner, date night, or a special celebration. We feature a wonderful wine list with selections from Sicily to Napa Valley. We also have a great bar menu with specialty cocktails, many beers, on-tap beers, ciders, and seltzers. Cambria's Bistro also features San Pellegrino sparkling water. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Come see us soon.
Welcome back to Tallmadge High School for the Fifth Dimension Radio High School Game of the Week. I'm Ron Whitmer alongside Eric Whitmer. Eric, we heard from both coaches, and it seems like, if we're hearing them correctly, Kent would like to slow the pace down, play a half-court game, and Tallmadge would like to be just the opposite. And they'd like to push the pace, put the pressure up full court, half court, three-quarter court, and try to score off the transition.
Yeah, for the people that are listening, you know, it's always an interesting thing when you watch a high school basketball game is which team is dictating what they want. And obviously, Kent would like to sit in that 2-3 zone, and Tallmadge wants to push the pace and keep it an up-and-down game.
So we've got about 4 minutes here before we get started. Kent comes in, as you probably heard in the pregame, at 2-7. Tallmadge at 4-4. But the all-important league record is Tallmadge is at 3-1 and in second place in the Suburban Conference, the American Division, and Kent is at 0-4 and in last place. So this rivalry goes back quite a while. Kent and Tallmadge split last year. Kent won a close one at home. Tallmadge won pretty big here at Tallmadge. And this year looks to be no different, although, of course, both coaches would like to make it different. How do you see it, Eric? What do you think pace, being a quick pace, wins out tonight, or do you think we're going to see a half-court game?
They definitely want to have a half-court game, but it'll be an interesting thing to keep an eye on here. When you're the road team and you're a little bit of an underdog, you just want to stay in the hunt, stay within 6-8 points most of the night, and try to pull one out at the end. And it'd be very important to see what happens here in the first quarter when we get started as far as tempo is concerned.
So we've got about 3 minutes here before tip-off. Hey, I wanted to remind folks listening in tonight, as many of you, if you've been regular listeners of ours this season, we have a rebroadcast along with a video of these games on both YouTube and on WAOH.TV. And apparently there was some scheduling issues with the latter of the two, WAOH.TV. And we weren't in our regular Monday night 6 p.m. time slot for the first 3 games of the year, but they're working on that, and we hope to have that rectified by next Monday. So if you want to find us at WAOH.TV, tonight's game will be rebroadcast then. And normally the video rebroadcast on YouTube is on the Fifth Dimension Radio /10 Cent Beer Night channel, so you can find us there, and that's usually up and available to you by Thursday night. So look for us there, and stay with us tonight as we're about ready to get underway here. I want you to be aware we'll have a nice, a good chance to talk to our halftime guest, Billy Johnson, the athletic director here at Tallmadge, and got several things to talk to Billy about, so we'll look to see him at halftime. I will let you know our halftime tonight will be slightly longer than usual. It'll be a 12-minute halftime as they have a special presentation that'll be taking place down on the floor to celebrate longtime Tallmadge superfan Jimmy Crow. So we look forward to both seeing that and talking to Billy about that. Some other games, Eric, I'm going to ask you if you can pull that up, of interest here in the Suburban American and the Suburban National tonight. Who we got scheduled?
Aurora's at Barberton tonight, and Copper Falls is at Highland, and Copley is at Revere. And that's
Again, we're having some mic problems here, so
check it out.
There you go. I think we got you back. So as we get our technical difficulties arranged here, both teams are heading towards their benches, and we will pause when they're ready down below for the playing and singing of our national anthem. Both teams are looking to get started tonight. Apologies again for the approximate air time of these Tuesday night games. As you know, we are at the mercy of the games that precede this game, and that was both a boys freshman game and then a boys JV game. And Eric, as you well know, you put that third game in there, it's already indefinite with a JV game that may run long with fouls and that type of thing, but you have another game before that these days with the freshman game, and you can back up this varsity game a good 15 minutes to half an hour easily.
It's usually just somebody's best guess. They've done that for scheduling reasons now, where they get these freshman games involved as well, and so it's just one less bus trip.
Yeah, we are going to pause here and take a listen to the playing and singing of our national anthem, and we'll be ready for opening tip. So that's the playing and singing of our national anthem as both teams get ready now for the introduction of the starting lineups. We'll pass those along to you here for the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders. Starting at guard, number 1, Seven Jones, a junior. Starting at forward, number 4, Gavin Peeps. He's a senior. Kyler Foreman, the junior, is starting at forward. E.J. Churn, another senior at forward, number 23. And Tyler Ellington, a junior guard, number 3. Those are the starters for Kent. For Tallmadge, starters are number 1, senior Caleb Kendrick. Number 2 is another senior, Anthony Bontempo. Chad Racinko, a guard, is a junior. Number 3, Luke Strait, a forward, a senior. Number 4, and Robbie Reed rounds out the starting lineup. The senior is number 5. So both teams, Eric, veteran teams. Both teams lost much of their scoring punch from last year. Kent has been struggling a bit to put points on the board. Tallmadge is getting some points, as Coach Little told us, pretty much from everybody. They're playing a full court game, so it just depends on who's getting that steal, who's getting that loose ball in terms of who's getting the transition points. So about to tip off here. Looks like it'll be Gavin Peeps.
Coach Black was hopeful to keep the score under 50 tonight for Tallmadge, but they're going to have their work cut out for them for sure.
Peeps jumping for Tallmadge against Luke Strait. Peeps for Roosevelt jumping against Luke Strait from Tallmadge. So we're about to get underway. The ball is up. The ball is tipped and controlled by Kent. And we've got a stoppage in play. I think that was an over and back. Right off the bat, a turnover. And Tallmadge will have the ball on the near side. Inbounding is Anthony Bontempo. He'll get it into Racinko in the backcourt, and he'll bring it across the timeline to Robbie Reed. Robbie Reed back out top to Racinko. He looks inside, ball to Bontempo, to the cutting Luke Strait, whose shot is up and good. And Tallmadge takes an early 2-0 lead, and there they are. They're in that full court pressure. Reed pressuring the ball, 7 bringing it up. That's Seven Jones, not number 7 for Kent. He's dribbling right-handed, top of the key to Peeps, cross court to Tyler Ellington, now to the near side to Kyler Coleman. Up top, Peeps, backdoor, nice backdoor cut. That time by Jones. He gets the first 2 for Kent, and we're tied at 2. Back the other way quickly. Jump shot up and good for Racinko for Tallmadge, and they have a 4-2 lead.
Tallmadge pushing the pace early.
Reed pressuring Jones in the backcourt. They look to jump. Here comes Kendrick. Jones gets it inside, but a little off the mark for Peeps, out of bounds. That'll give the ball back to the Blue Devils. We're just underway here in the first quarter. 6:50 to go. Tallmadge leads 4-2.
Kent showing a 2-2-1 press. Not sure how interested they are in stealing the ball, or they just want to slow things down.
Pass ahead to Kendrick into the lane. He'll pull up his dribble, looking to get a shot off. Layup up off the rim, no good. Ball taken, batted around, and coming away with the loose ball is Ellington. Ellington gets it to Jones. Jones on the far side, baseline. He'll pass off to Foreman, to Ellington. Back to Foreman, but out of bounds. Another pass out of bounds for the Rough Riders, giving the ball back to Tallmadge. And it'll be Robbie Reed to trigger the ball inbounds on the Kent baseline. Reed gets the ball in the middle, back to Reed, near side to Kendrick. Kendrick back to Reed. Reed at the center circle. He'll call the play. Tallmadge are running out of a 1-3-1 set here. Cross court, Racinko. Racinko in the corner to Bontempo. Back to Racinko. Skip pass to Kendrick on the near side. To Reed at the top. To Racinko. Back to Reed at the top. Kent in the zone. Firing from 3 is Racinko. His second bucket. Give him 5 and give Tallmadge an early 7-2 lead. Reed with pressure in the backcourt. Trap coming. Lob to Peeps. Peeps on the far side baseline. We'll back it out. Peeps gets it to Ellington. And inside we got what? We got a foul against Tallmadge. That'll go against number 4, Luke Strait. His first and team first.
3 quick turnovers for Kent. They're going to have to take care of the ball tonight if they want a good shot here on the road.
Kyler Foreman will inbound for Kent. Foreman looking to get it in the lane, has trouble, and he's got a 5-second violation. And just like that, another Kent or Roosevelt turnover, giving the ball back to the Blue Devils. Racinko will inbound. 2-2-1 full court pressure from Kent. On the far side, Reed. He gets it ahead to Bontempo. Skip pass to Kendrick. Kendrick gets it up top. Back to Kendrick. He'll drive the lane, pull up for a 12-footer. It's short. Ball tipped around and picked up by Tallmadge, then stolen away by Peeps for Kent. And he has it stolen by Racinko. Racinko into the lane. Pulls up, 12-footer off the iron and in. Racinko with a quick 7. And Tallmadge leads 9-2. With that, Kent will take a timeout. We'll be right back.
Summit County. Ready to score big in your career? Check out AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. It's mobile friendly, easy to use, and full of opportunities to connect with local employers. Whether you're looking to get hired or hire talent, JOG makes it simple. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit AkronWorks.com today and take your career to the end zone.
Back here at Tallmadge in the pregame, Eric, we were talking about which would win out, the faster full court pressure and pace of Tallmadge or the half-court desires of Kent. So far, Tallmadge has got what they wanted.
Yeah, some of the turnovers have actually occurred, though, in the quarter court after they've gotten down the floor. I'm interested in watching Kent's 2-2-1 press. Coaches sometimes call it a show-me press. It's just meant to slow Tallmadge down a little bit. But right now, Kent's got to take care of the basketball to get more shots on goal here.
So Coach Curtis Black wanted to talk things over. It'll be Kent ball on the Tallmadge baseline. So got full court to go. It'll be Foreman triggering it in for the Rough Riders. Tallmadge showing 1-2-2 this time. Peeps in the backcourt. Cross court to Jones, back to Peeps across the timeline, back to Jones. Jones, top of the key, gets it to the near side. The shot up and no good. Shot was by E.J. Churn. Tallmadge with the rebound. Kendrick ahead. Kendrick, left-hand dribble, gets it to Reed, but the ball stolen away on the far side, but couldn't control for Kent was Ellington. Tyler Ellington, the junior, almost had a steal for a layup. Instead, it goes out of bounds, and Tallmadge will toss it into the backcourt. Kendrick to Rasinko. Rasinko out high, now dribbles to the near side. Rasinko, left-hand dribble, has a man open underneath it, straight, and it's good. Nice lob pass in for Straight. His second bucket, give him 4, and Tallmadge has a 11-2 lead.
Kent's in the danger zone here. They don't want to get too far behind. They went man that last possession, gave up an easy one.
Ellington gets it into Peeps to Foreman, running layup good. Just what the doctor ordered for the Rough Riders, and it's an 11-4 game in the backcourt. Reed gets it ahead to Rasinko. He'll take it to the hole. Nice hesitation move. Rasinko with 9 early points, and Tallmadge leads 13-4. We have 3:48 remaining. In the backcourt, ball thrown away, and Bontempo picks it up for the Blue Devils. Dishes near side to Reed. Reed will bring it out top, call out a play, skip pass across to Rasinko. He'll fire from deep. It's right there. Chad Rasinko on fire here in the first quarter. He's got 12, and Tallmadge has a 16-4, 12-point lead. Peeps in the backcourt, picks up his dribble, tosses it ahead and out of bounds, giving the Blue Devils the ball in front of their own bench. And with that, we'll have substitutions off the bench for Kent is number 30, who I'll have to pick up here.
Even though Rasinko's about 5 feet beyond the line, you still got to get out and contest a little bit. He's too good of a shooter for that.
Ethan Justice is on for Kent. Also checking in for Tallmadge, number 14, Hayden Keller. Tallmadge with the ball out top. Chase Christ, I believe, is in. Has had the ball, gets it in the far side corner to Rasinko, back to Bontempo. To Reed on the near side. He'll dribble baseline, look to pass in the middle, ball stolen away by Kent. Coming ahead is Jones. Jones, long and lanky, gets it to Justice. His shot no good. Rebound knocked around and picked up by Anthony Bontempo for Tallmadge. Bontempo to Reed on the far side. To Rasinko, back to Reed.
Rough Riders back in that man-to-man defense.
Rasinko tosses it inside to Christ. Christ gets fouled as he tried to pass the ball. The foul's going to go against number 30, Justice. His first, team first. And with that, we have another substitution for Kent. Coming back is E.J. Churn. Checking out for Kent is Ellington. Inbounding on the baseline is Rasinko. Gets it to Bontempo. He'll bring it out top, and Tallmadge will set their offense. On the near side, Bontempo. Gets it to Christ. Christ in the corner to Reed. Reed spin dribble along the baseline. Picks it up. Nice dish to Christ. Running layup is good from about 6.
Tallmadge doing a nice job of sharing the basketball.
It's an 18-4 Tallmadge lead. Big first quarter for the Blue Devils. In the backcourt, across the timeline into the forecourt. Off the dribble is Jones. He'll get into the lane, loses control. Christ gets the loose ball, throws it ahead to Rasinko. His running layup, good. And with that, another 30-second timeout by Coach Black. We'll be back after this message.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Back here at Tallmadge High School, where the host Blue Devils lead the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders 20-4 in an early blitz here. Some transition baskets, Eric, but also some baskets off their offense for Tallmadge.
Yeah. 7 early turnovers for the Rough Riders, struggling just to get consistent shots on goal here.
Foreman gets the ball inbounds. Justice has it across the timeline. Back to Foreman. Foreman dribbling out high. It's at Ellington. Ellington in the corner. Shot up and good by... I'm trying to pick that up, Eric. Is that number 2? Number 5. Number 5, maybe. John Estep, number 5, with the three-pointer. And back here at the Tallmadge end, we got a foul on Estep, it looks like. Foul is on Estep, who checked in at the last break. That's his first foul. Second team foul. Non-shooting foul, so Tallmadge will inbound on their own baseline. Rosinko tosses it in. He gets it into number 13, Andres Carr.
Too easy right there. Uncontested layup right through the heart of the defense.
Foul on the other end is going to go against Andres Carr, his first. And Eric, I was looking down, marking my score pad. Who got that last bucket for Tallmadge?
That was, I believe...
Was it Straight, number 4? The big...
No, I believe it was number 3, Chad Rosinko.
Oh, well, he needed another bucket, so... Rosinko now with, if I got this right, 16 points in the first quarter. Estep on the far side for Kent, being hounded by Rosinko. Ball gets knocked apparently off the leg of Estep, giving the ball back to the Blue Devils. They lead by 15, 22-7 here with less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Ahead for Tallmadge, Kendrick gets it to Rosinko in the center circle. Rosinko working in the Tallmadge tee at the center circle. He'll take it. Beautiful drive with the left hand. Ball goes in and out and rebounded by Estep, and it looks like it's going to be a foul against Tallmadge. Foul is going to be called on Andreas Carr, his second foul, and the third team foul on the Blue Devils. That'll give the ball back to the Rough Riders with just 13.2 remaining here in the first quarter. Seven Jones will bring it ahead for Kent.
Tallmadge playing at a high level right now at both ends of the court.
Jones looking to get a shot, drives the middle, layup is off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Caden Heller, who hoists the full court shot, no good. So after one period of play, our score, Tallmadge 22, Kent Roosevelt 7. Let's take this timeout.
Hi, this is Christian Oswald, chef at Cambria's Bistro on Main Street in Wadsworth. Come in and join us for dinner Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to 9, and 12 to 9 Friday and Saturday. Join us and let us make you authentic Italian dishes from scratch and for our weekly specials. They're always changing, so come get them while they last. If you want a sneak peek at our menu, check out our Facebook page or website at www.cambriasbistro.com. www.cambriasbistro.com.
Back here at Tallmadge High School after one quarter of play, it's Tallmadge 22 and Kent 7. So obviously, Eric, turnovers, big problem for Kent. You have them for...
I have them for 8 turnovers in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's not sustainable, obviously, for Coach Black, definitely what he was looking to avoid tonight. Tallmadge, on the other hand, has taken care of the ball for the most part, had a couple of turnovers, but getting a little deeper into their bench now. That lead allows them to do that. I see the younger Rosinko, Shane Rosinko, a freshman, checking in here to start the quarter. He's out there with Caden Heller, Caleb Kendrick,
Rough Riders right now just need to focus on trying to get a shot each time down, and then defensively, they need to shore some things up and make things a little more difficult for Tallmadge.
It's Ellington on the far side. We got a foul on Tallmadge as Ellington drove the lane. Tallmadge foul. His number 14, Heller, his first and team's first here in the second quarter. That'll send Ellington to the line for Kent, shooting 2. First shot up and good. So Tyler Ellington with his first point of the night. Cuts the lead to 14.
Coach Black trying to stay positive with his young players here and just get them to get a little more focus at both ends of the court.
Second shot rolled around the rim and out. Talmadge with the rebound to the near side. Ball stolen away by Kent Ellington. We got a little pushing and shoving there between Ellington and Shane Rasinko. Rasinko had lost control. And I don't know if we've got a foul or a jump ball. Looks like we got a foul, and it's going to go against Shane Rasinko, his first and the team's second here in the second quarter. So Kent will inbound on the near side in front of our broadcast position here. They're going from right to left on your smartphone, computer screen, whatever you might be listening to us on tonight. Ellington gets it to Jones. Jones fouling extended to the near side, back out top to Ellington. And Kent going to spread the floor a bit here. On the near side, it's Jones. Jones to the far side. Estep, another 3 is good. So Estep's come off the bench, hit a couple of 3s for Kent. And that keeps them hanging around a bit. It's 22-11.
Starting to gain their footing here a little bit, the Rough Riders.
Estep was a senior who hadn't played last year, came back out this year, and is helping Coach Black off the bench. Kendrick at the top of the key for Tallmadge in trouble. Gets it to Shane Rasinko. Rasinko off the dribble to the far side to Andreas Carr. Carr in the corner to Heller. Heller, baseline. His shot blocked, taken away by Kent. In the backcourt, it's Ellington. Gavin Polcha is on the floor for Kent. And before he can get a shot off, we have another Tallmadge foul. So they're mounting up quick here in the second quarter. This time, the foul goes to Andreas Carr, his third foul, Eric, in limited playing time, and also the third team foul on the Blue Devils.
Kent's starting to extend that 2-3 zone, getting a little more aggressive. They look much better in that defensive possession there.
Inbounding is Estep. He'll lob out top to Jones. Jones looking at Polcha in the corner. He vacates the corner. Jones will bring it back out now, trying to drive into the lane. Gets it to Polcha in the corner. He'll drive left-handed. Spinning move. Needs help. Gets it to Estep. Estep in the corner to Peeps, who drives the baseline and stepped on the baseline. Another turnover for the Rough Riders, giving the ball back to the Blue Devils. So it'll be Robbie Reed to trigger the inbound for Tallmadge. Kent's dropped back into their zone. Rasinko back in the game, the Chad Rasinko back in for Tallmadge, and he'll bring the ball ahead across the timeline. So showing some high pressure this time is Kent. Jones with Polcha up top, pressuring the ball. Far side, Kendrick for Tallmadge. He'll get it back out to Rasinko. Rasinko lob to Kendrick. Far side, foul line extended. He'll dribble, and backdoor cut passes batted away and picked off by Gavin Peeps for the Rough Riders. So Kent can get this back to a single digits here. Jones with a nice drive into the lane. He misses the layup, however. Rebound kicked ahead to Rasinko. He'll go to the hole. His shot up, no good, but a blocking foul is going to be called on Polcha, Gavin Polcha, his first and the first Rough Rider foul of the quarter, but Rasinko was in the act of shooting. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Tallmadge trying to push the ball every chance they get. Kent's doing such a much better job here with their feet in their hands and being aggressive in this 2-3 zone. Starting to create a little bit of problem for Tallmadge.
First shot by Rosinko right there. And as many points as he has, and there's some debate about that at this point, whether he has 16 or 14. Eric's going to do the logical thing, and so he had 14. That was his 15th. Yeah. So we're going to give that bucket to Andreas Carr, where we were not sure last period. Rosinko's second shot up and also good. So now he has 16. And the Blue Devils lead 24-11 in the backcourt. Ball goes to Ellington. He kicks it ahead to number 0, Jaden Portis. Back to Ellington on the far side in front of the Tallmadge bench. Shakes, bakes, goes to the hole. Ball blocked, but taken down by Jones. The ball battered away from Jones and picked up by Tallmadge. Pass kicked ahead to Kendrick. His layup is good. Caleb Kendrick with his first bucket of the night, and Tallmadge has a 15-point lead at 26-11. Seven Jones in the backcourt with pressure. Seven Jones picks up his dribble, and we got a foul called. Tight defense that time by Robbie Reed. He got called for being a little too tight. That's Reed's first foul.
Blue Devils doing an excellent job of mixing up their pressures. A diamond press, and then that time a little bit of run and jump. We've seen some 1-2-2 3/4 court, keeping Kent Roosevelt off balance.
It is, however, the fourth team foul on Tallmadge here fairly early in the second quarter. We'll keep an eye on that. Seven Jones working out top for Kent. He gets it to Estep. Estep to Jaden Portis. Portis kicks it in the corner to Peeps. Peeps to Jones, back to Peeps. He'll launch the three, and it's right there. Gavin Peeps, the senior, with his first three of the night, and it's a 26-14 Tallmadge lead. Kendrick in the front court. Kendrick with the left-hand dribble will back off now. He'll get a screen and refuses the screen, gets it instead to Rosinko. Rosinko calling out the play. Rosinko will use the screen this time. He's looking to drive. He'll pull up for a 15-footer. No good, and rebounded by Portis for Kent. To Peeps in the backcourt. Kent hanging around here. Jones back to Peeps. He'll drive the lane, kick it in the corner to Estep. Shot up, no good. A rebound battered around, taken away by Rosinko. He'll go all the way to the hole and has a shot blocked and taken away by Kent. Kyler Foreman, and we got another Tallmadge foul. That'll send Kent to the line. Foul on Rosinko. His first, but the team's fifth. And to the line for Kent is who? Looks like it's going to be Kyler Foreman going to the line for the Rough Riders. So they trail by 12, and Eric, you just get the sense Tallmadge looks like they're going to pull away, and Kent fights back, and they're hanging around. So good on them. They were in trouble early. They're fighting their way back. Foreman shot up and good.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time. When you go on the road, you want to come out strong. It's important. And Kent buried themselves in the first 4 or 5 minutes, but they're working their way out of it slowly here.
Foreman dribbles, sights, shoots, and Tallmadge is in early. Yeah, the late whistle, but the right whistle. Tallmadge violated there down low.
I thought we were going to see some NBA officiating there and just let that go.
yeah, Luke Strait was quite a bit early. So early, in fact, I think everybody kind of looked the other way. So Foreman will get another chance. Shot this time is up and right there. So we got a 10-point game. Tallmadge leading 26-16. Tallmadge with just 4 points here in the second quarter, halfway through. On tempo for Tallmadge to Kendrick on the near side. Kendrick, left-hand dribble. Gets it to Bontempo in the corner. Bontempo to Rosinko to the foul line. Fakes the pass, and nice running hook shot by Chad Rosinko, who's doing it all for the Blue Devils tonight. He's got 18, and Tallmadge leads 28-16. Foreman ahead for Kent. to Estep on the far side, to Peeps on the wing, out top to 23 Churn, to Peeps in the corner, to Foreman. Foreman spin dribble, nice move, running layup, however, does not fall. Robbie Reed with the rebound for Tallmadge. He'll bring it ahead on the right hand to Kendrick. He'll drive the lane. Kendrick going to the hole, and before he can get there and make the layup, they're going to call a foul on the floor, and that foul is going to go on Jaden Portis, his first and team's second.
Rough Riders with only 2 team fouls here. They can afford to be a little more aggressive on the ball defensively.
Inbounding underneath is Reed. He gets it to Kendrick. Kendrick will launch a 3. No good. Rebounded by Peeps. Peeps, a 6'6 senior. Ahead with the left-hand dribble to Foreman on the near side. Foreman foul line extended, pulls up. Passes cross-court to Portis. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Tallmadge. And that was actually to E.J. Churn off of his hands and out of bounds. Tallmadge will inbound in front of the scorer's table. Rosinko tosses it in to Kendrick. Kendrick going to walk it up the floor this time. Gets it to Rosinko. Rosinko being guarded by Portis. He'll get it to Reed on the far side. He'll get a screen, drive baseline, think better of it, and bring it back out to Rosinko, top of the key. Kendrick near side on the wing. He'll drive to the top of the key. To Rosinko on the far side. Rosinko looking to drive. He'll pull up for a 15-footer right there. Talk about having a night. Chad Rosinko with 20 first half points, and the Blue Devils lead 30-16.
Kent's going to have to body him up a little bit more, get a little closer, and apply some pressure.
Foreman ahead for Kent. Top of the key, being hounded by Rosinko. Gets it to Portis. Portis to Churn. To Estep. Estep at the top to Peeps. Peeps to Portis. Sets the screen, rolls to the basket. Portis can't find him. Portis in trouble, gets it to Estep. He'll bounce pass baseline to Peeps. He'll kick it out to Churn, who'll drive the lane and loses control. Tallmadge picks up the loose ball. It's Bontempo. Bontempo to Rosinko. Chad Rosinko. Top of the key, looking for more. This time he'll kick it in the corner to Robbie Reed, all alone for the 3, in and out. Rebound by Bontempo, but we have a foul. And it looks like we're staying at the Tallmadge end of the floor. Okay, didn't pick it up. Let's see if the score table got it. Fouls on Portis, his second, and the team's second.
Important final minute here for Kent in the half. They want to stay close, down 14.
Bontempo lobbed it into Reed, and a nice job by Estep. John Estep all over Robbie Reed. Knocked the ball loose. It went off of Reed and out of bounds, and Kent will have the ball in the front court. As Eric said, here in the last minute, 52.9 remaining. Kent would like to get a couple of quick buckets here to get themselves positioned better for the second half. Seven Jones controlling for Kent. Jones picks up his dribble. Now he's got pressure. Gets it to Ellington, back to Jones. Jones kicks it out top to Peeps. To Jones. Jones, nice spin dribble into the lane. His layup, however, is off the mark. Batted around out of bounds, and it'll remain with the Rough Riders. Kent looks like they'll get at least one more opportunity to score here, 24.2. Remember, got a halftime guest. Tallmadge Athletic Director Bill Johnson will join us in the booth. Nice spin dribble by Peeps, who got the inbounds. He takes it to the hole, but has his shot blocked nicely. Foreman with the loose ball pickup, his shot no good. And Caleb Kendrick will bring it ahead for the Blue Devils. The senior looking for the last shot. And his pass rolling around loose on the floor. It looks like we're going to go to half. No, a last second shot is good off the hands of Luke Straight, giving him 6 points and giving Tallmadge a big 16-point lead as they've doubled up the Rough Riders here in the first half. Tallmadge leads 32 16. We're going to take this time out, and we'll be back to take a look at the first half and await our guest, Bill Johnson.
Hey, students and job seekers, your next big career play starts here. AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. Find local jobs, connect with employers, and get hired fast. It's easy, mobile-friendly, and full of opportunity. Step up, get in the game, and visit AkronWorks.com today because your career deserves a winning drive.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Back here at Tallmadge High School, where the Blue Devils lead the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders 32-16 at half. Eric, the story of the first half, besides Chad Rasenko, we'll talk about him in a minute, had to be the turnovers from Kent. What are we looking at here for a total?
Kent had 11 first half turnovers to just 4 for Tallmadge, and it sounds obvious to say, but every time you do that, you're losing an opportunity to put a shot on goal or get an offensive rebound and stick it back in. And 11 turnovers against a variety of Tallmadge pressure. Credit to Tallmadge for mixing up their pressure and making it difficult on the Rough Riders.
Offensively, for the Rough Riders, Seven Jones had had 1 bucket for 2 points in the first half. Gavin Peeps had a 3 for 3 points. Kyler Foreman a basket and 2 for 2 from the line for 4 points. Tyler Ellington was 1 of 2 at the free throw line for a point. And John Estep had a 2 3-point goal first half, giving him 6 and giving the Rough Riders 16 at the half. For Tallmadge, Caleb Kendrick had a bucket for 2 points. Chad Rasenko, 2 threes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 twos, and 2 for 2 from the line. 20 points for Rasenko. And Luke Strait, 3 buckets for 6 points. Chase Christ, a bucket for 2, and Andreas Carr, a bucket for 2, giving Tallmadge a 32-16 first half lead. And I've got to tell you, this is an unexpected pleasure tonight, folks. But once again, on the other side of that camera, there's our man who was, we thought, down for the count, the owner of Fifth Dimension Radio, Bob Fritz. Bob, great to see you here tonight. We're not expecting you, but glad to have you. And as we sort out the camera situation here, somebody's got a nice phone there, nice Google phone. So we're not going to get too close to you just in case, but you look a lot better than when we saw you last, and definitely sound a lot better when I talked to you last. So thanks for coming. Thanks for bringing some equipment that was much needed tonight to make sure we were able to get on the air here. And just like always, we're expecting a close one, and so far it hadn't been that, but Kent's trying to hang around. Hey, we're going to take this break. I see our halftime guest is heading up to the booth. So, Bob, we'll take this this break for a message from Stable. Move back with Billy Johnson.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. Thestable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. Thestable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. Thestable.ca is right for harness racing. And if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Back here at halftime, where the Tallmadge Blue Devils lead the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders 32-16. We're joined in the booth by old friend Billy Johnson, who's a tad bit out of breath. He's doing triple, quadruple duty tonight, but his most recent one was handing out an award, and it looked like maybe a birthday cake down there too, at the center circle. And Billy, tell us. So this is Jimmy Crow.
Yep.
Very few people in Tallmadge don't know Jimmy. Tell us why we're celebrating Jimmy tonight for the big picture reason.
Yeah. So obviously Jimmy's a huge part of a lot of our athletic teams, and he is here as one of our number one supporters, I would say, for almost all of our teams. But tonight, last Friday he celebrated his 50th birthday. So our community wanted to show some support and wanted to show how much they appreciate him. And over the last few weeks, there was a drive to send in some cards and some pictures, and some of our elementary school kids did some cards for him as well, and we were able to give that to him and celebrate his 50th birthday tonight in front of the whole crowd.
That's awesome. And as you well know, I've coached here a couple different times for a while, and I go back with Jimmy, my first stint here at Tallmadge, well over 20 years ago. And at that time, he was already Mr. Tallmadge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just add the years and years on. So our hats off to you, Jimmy. I got the chance to greet him earlier tonight, and very well deserved. So moving on to basketball, Coach Little's got to like what he's seeing tonight.
Yeah.
I know he's a little worried because they've struggled with Kent in the past. So
yeah, I would say this. Over the last probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they've really they played hard all year, I think, but they've started to see the ball go into the basket a little bit more.
Right.
And obviously when the ball goes in the basket, a little more confidence. And I think that's going to pick up their defense, and you can see it just how hard they're playing. And, this is a big stretch for us. We're 3-1 in the league, and then, you got this game tonight. You got Copley on Friday. We got a big game on Monday against Barberton, and then
right.
So it's a big stretch for us.
Well, and as Coach Little told us in the pregame, he really feels like, and a lot of us say this every year, and the league's up for grabs, but usually there's 2 or 3 teams you can focus in on as having a legitimate chance.
Yep.
I think this year is the year where there are probably 4, at least, maybe 5 teams that still are going to have a shot, and this Tallmadge Blue Devil team is certainly one of those.
Oh, I agree. And we were talking at a AD meeting about just the fact that it is so wide open, and it could be a few losses that get you there. So you really got to come out ready to play every night, because on any given night you can win or lose.
So last time around in the Suburban League American Conference, or I probably got that backwards.
No, you're right.
For the Blue Devils, as well as the Rough Riders and Cuyahoga Falls Black Tigers, are all moving to the Metro Athletic Conference.
That's correct.
Next year. So tell us about that. Is there some enthusiasm building for that?
Yeah, I think very much so. I mean, obviously we're sad. There's so many good people and so many good schools here in the Suburban League, but they're moving in a different direction as well, and they're getting a little bigger, and we just felt for us as a community, and for where we were athletically, it's the right move, and for all of our sports in general,
Right.
If you look at us overall, the overall picture, this is really going to help some of our just a wide range of sports, and I think on both female and male sides of it, you're going to see being able to go in and really, really compete for league championships, and I would say that we feel one of the reasons we did this is because we feel like we got into a league that has very similar communities than us, and as well as amount of kids,
right.
and the enrollment. And so we're excited for that. Obviously, we're going to continue a lot of our partnerships with Suburban League foes.
Right.
We're playing Aurora in football next year, and I know basketball will play some of these teams as well. So, we're not losing all of it, but we just feel like on a competitive, for us competitively as a whole, Tallmadge Athletics, it's a good move for us.
Yeah, it seems to make perfect sense for you for that reason. I had a chance to talk to some of the coaches in the Metro during the course of the football season. One of them was Brian Miller up in the press box. He works their press box for their football team, the girls coach at Norton, and he's like a lot of coaches. They're excited that you're coming in. A little worried too.
Sure.
But where Coach Miller was telling me, and to me it makes perfect sense, is that helps teams like Tallmadge, certainly with more opportunities to win league championships. Helps teams like Norton, who want to play better competition to get them ready for tournament time. So it seems to be working on both sides of the equation.
Well, and that on top of the fact that, once Roosevelt and Falls were part of this conversation as well, I mean, they're 7 minutes down the road both ways for us.
Right.
It makes sense, right? That we kind of keep these rivalries together as well as we create some new ones with, Field and some other teams that are right down the road.
Hey, I know you got 12 other things you got to do before we wrap up tonight, but we really appreciate you making the sprint up here, and good luck to the Blue Devils the rest of the way.
Thank you for being up. Thank you.
Let's take this time out. We'll be back with a look at hopefully some scores from around the area, and we'll have a second half tip-off.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screen Print Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
Back here at Tallmadge High School, just about ready for the second half. No suburban American scores to report to you tonight, Eric. We have a couple out of Stark County. What do you have for us?
Perry's up 39-24 against Jackson at home, and Hoover has a 53-49 lead against Louisville, also at home tonight.
All right, thanks for that. I want to remind you that tonight's game can be heard and seen starting on Thursday night at our YouTube channel, Fifth Dimension Radio /10 Beer Night, so you can see and hear this game again then. And then next Monday at WAOH.TV at 6 p.m. on Monday. Just about ready, and I made the age-old mistake of calling it a second-half tip-off. We haven't done that in years and years. Racinko will trigger it in, and Tallmadge will have the ball to start the second half. Kendrick on the far side. Kendrick near side to Bontempo, inside to Straits. His dribble is knocked away. He picks it back up, misses on his shot. Ellington ahead to Jones for Kenton, and they're out and running. Basket is good, and a foul to go with it. Seven Jones gets the bucket and the foul. Let's see who that foul went on. And I believe it went against Kendrick, his first and the team's first here in the second half. Jones at the line, shooting one.
Beautiful finish there by Jones.
Shot up and good. He, as I recall, had a big game when we did their game last season at Falls. So he's now got 5 points, and it's a 32-19 lead. So Kent came out with some energy. Kendrick with the ball for Tallmadge, top of the key to Racinko. Back to Kendrick. Kendrick looking inside, kicks out to Racinko. He'll hoist the three. This time he's off, and rebound by Ellington, who loses the ball. Loose ball picked up by Jones. Cross court to Ellington. Tyler Ellington to Peeps at the top. Back to Ellington on the far side. Dribbles to the top of the key. Estep in the corner for Kent. He had 2 first half three-pointers. Cross court now Jones. Ball fake. Picks up his dribble. Tries to get it into Peeps. It's battered around and picked up by Bontempo, who gets it to Robbie Reed in the backcourt for Tallmadge. Reed's pass ahead is to Racinko. He'll drive the lane left-hand, and he's pulled back by his arm by number 12, Kyler Foreman. And they're going to call it a shooting foul, Eric. I mean, he was on his way to the hole, but I'm
not sure about that one.
Yeah.
Interesting thing to note here, sometimes people forget. Actually, Kent has outscored Tallmadge since the first quarter, and they're down 13. They were down 15 at the end of one. but they got a long way to go here.
Rosinko at the line. Off the iron. I think his arm may be getting tired. He had 20 first half points. He missed his first 3 of the second half, which was unusual. And his first free throw, second one is right there. So give Chad Rosinko 21 and give Tallmadge a 33-19 lead.
Tallmadge in that 1-2-2 again.
They're definitely trying to deny the middle with Reed. Jones out top, off the dribble. Skip pass to Ellington, look to fire a 3, instead gets it to Peeps. He'll hoist nothing but air that time, taken down by Bontempo. He'll come ahead on the fast break to Rosinko in the corner for 3, no good. Rebound, Ellington high in the air to snag that one to Jones. Jones across the center court line, working against Chad Rosinko. Crossover dribble into the lane, running 6-footer, good. Jones is picking it up for Kent, and they trail 33-21. Kendrick has the ball in the forecourt for Tallmadge. Kendrick to Rosinko, back to Kendrick. Dishes inside to Straight, in the corner to Rosinko. Up top to Kendrick, gets a screen from Straight. Passes in the corner, wide open for 3 is Rosinko, can't hit that one. Ellington with the rebound again for Kent. They can cut it to 10 or less. Foreman has the ball battered away, looked like a foul, no call. Pass ahead to Rosinko, his layup batted off the backboard and taken down by Gavin Peeps. Didn't mean to say that he took it off the backboard, it was a nice block shot. And Kent brings it back ahead. They trail by 12. Jones will settle things down.
Rough Riders battling, hanging around.
Foreman will hoist for 3, and he nails it.
Big shot right there.
Tyler Foreman makes it a single-digit lead for Tallmadge.
They're active in this 2-3. They keep extending it and being very active with their hands and their feet here.
And Tallmadge not used to slowing things down here. Rosinko at the top of the key, lobs inside at the foul line for Straight. Back to Rosinko. He'll pull up for a 17-footer right there. 23 now for Chad Rosinko, and with that, Kent will take a full timeout. So we'll take a timeout and we'll be right back.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Great organization, JOG. If you have a heart for our youth, get involved with them. They help keep kids in school and also help place them in the workplace. So if you're an employer looking to hire some young people, get them trained up, contact Jobs for Ohio's Graduates. Kent with the ball in the backcourt. Ellington to Jones, back to Ellington. They'll come across the timeline. Ellington, he'll set the offense. Kent running in a 2-3 set this time. Jones will back off on the dribble to Ellington.
Tallmadge in a 2-3 zone.
Jones dribbles to the right of the lane to Peeps, to Ellington, corner to Estep. He wanted to trigger a 3, couldn't get it off. Got it back to Ellington, to Jones on the near side. Jones to Estep, he'll hoist from 3 and hit it again. John Estep has 9 points, and just like that, we've got an 8-point game.
Starting to get interesting here. Tallmadge was just 13 points since the first quarter. Credit to Kent's defense and a little bit of cold shooting by Tallmadge.
Rosinko drives the lane, pulls up from 12, tries to dish it to Straight under the hoop, and the ball's battered away. It's rolling loose, and we have a tie-up on the floor. And it looks like they're going to grant a full timeout to Kent. So that means obviously Kent got possession. They trail by 9 with 3:40 left here in the third quarter. And we're going to keep it right here and just talk a little bit, Eric, about, sometimes that huge quarter can fool a team into, especially early, believing that things are well in hand and the game is over. And I'm not saying Tallmadge is in any great danger yet, but it's getting that way, and Kent's controlling the tempo this half.
Well, and sometimes it's just as simple as shot making. Tallmadge was on fire there in that first quarter, and they were finishing on the break. They were hitting their threes, and things have really slowed down for them. And again, credit to Kent. They came out of the locker room here at halftime with a different sense of energy and purpose, and it's paying off.
I like what I've seen out of Tyler Ellington, especially on the boards here. I think he's got 2 or 3 rebounds, right?
4 defensive boards here in the first, 4 minutes of the second half.
So, I mean, that's a game changer. To your point, Tallmadge misses a shot. They're not getting second shot opportunities when Ellington's controlling that defensive glass.
And credit to Coach Black, keeping his kids involved, keep them interested. Nice time out there. I'm not sure they had possession, but they got it.
It worked out well for them. Foreman will inbound to Ellington for Kent in the backcourt. He's working against Kendrick. Tallmadge looking to trap. The ball's rolling loose. Peeps gets it in the forecourt off a nice hustle play by Ellington to Jones at the top of the key. He'll drive the lane, kick it in the corner to Foreman. His 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound Kendrick. Caleb Kendrick ahead on the right-hand dribble for Tallmadge. Across the big T to the top of the key. Kendrick will back off. He'll set the offense. Cross court to Rasinko. Rasinko to Robbie Reed. Tries to get it inside, and ball stolen again. There's Ellington.
Beautiful cover down by Ellington there to get that steal.
Big quarter for Ellington. He is a junior. Jones on the near side working with Peeps, and he has it picked, but there's going to be a foul. Chad Rasinko took the ball away from Jones, but there was a Tallmadge foul against Caleb Kendrick, his second and the team's second here in the third quarter. Kent will inbound on the baseline. Foreman has a man. Ellington wide open. Shot up and good, and a foul from behind. Foul is again on Kendrick, his third, the team's third.
Tallmadge caught napping there on that out-of-bounds play. Credit to Kent, kind of came in on the backside and finished strong. Just 6-point game.
Yeah, just like that. We got a 6-point game with Ellington at the line trying to make it 5. Sights and shoots off the back of the iron, rebounded by Straight. And he's tied up and falls to the ground as Foreman tried to rip it away from him. That'll give the possession back to Kent. So a nice hustle play that time by Kyler Foreman.
Well, Coach Little was talking about before the game about winning plays, and that was an example. Unfortunately, it was for the other team. Rough Riders really turning it up here.
Foreman's a 6-footer. Ellington has the ball passed inside, and he couldn't control it. His pass to Foreman goes out of bounds and gives the ball back to the Blue Devils. But the hustle plays being made by the Rough Riders so far here in the quarter. And Tallmadge's big halftime lead has been whittled down to 6 at 35-29.
Kent's defense reminds me a little bit of the old Jim Boeheim Syracuse thing. Long arm players out there extending their arms on the 2-3, making it difficult for Tallmadge right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, Tallmadge's ability to get the ball to the low block has been stifled by that zone. Rasinko has it out top for the Blue Devils. He's surveying the defense. He'll get it to States to Bontempo. His 3 is no good, and Kyler Foreman picks up the loose ball, gets it to Peeps for Kent. Peeps working against Bontempo, gets it to Jones on the near side, to Ellington, top of the key. Back to Jones. He'll go baseline, pull up for a 15-footer right there.
Big shot.
7 Jones with a bucket.
Roosevelt fans are getting into it.
They trail by 4, 35-31. States for Tallmadge, top of the key to Rasinko. Rasinko will pull up for a 17-footer off the back of the iron, no good, and rebound by Jones. Jones tried to make a pass, got it knocked down by Rasinko, picks it back up, cross court to Ellington. Ellington now, far side in front of the scorer's table. with a screen from Peeps. Ellington drives the lane, and he's fouled as he goes to the hoop. All the momentum is in the hands of the Rough Riders right now as Luke Strait picks up his second foul and the fourth team foul against Tallmadge. Ellington at the line to shoot 2.
Tallmadge struggling from the field right now. They have gotten some open looks. They're just not getting it to go down.
First shot off the front of the iron, no good. So Ellington, one of the few things he hasn't done well tonight is shoot free throws. He's 1 for 5 so far. He'll try to rectify that with a second opportunity here. Shot is up and it will fall in. So he does cut the lead down to 3 at 35-32.
Tallmadge trying to float someone behind this defense here and keep a guy in the middle, but they're having a hard time getting it down there on that baseline effectively.
On the far side for Tallmadge, Caden Heller has checked in. Robbie Reed with the ball up top. Rasenko now to Reed. Tallmadge trying to figure out this zone. Struggling to get the ball into the paint. Rasenko drives to the paint. Reed now top of the key to Rasenko. He'll drive, kick it to Heller in the corner. He'll drive baseline, loses control, and steps out of bounds. Gives the ball back to the Rough Riders with a chance to tie on this possession. They trail by 3, 35-32, 48.3 remaining here in the third quarter. Tallmadge had 22 points at the end of the first quarter. They've scored 13 more since that time. Jones in the backcourt, cross court to Ellington, back to Jones. They're throwing over top of this pressure from Tallmadge. In the near corner, Estep pulls up for 3, just misses. Rebound off the hands of Peeps, taken away by Tallmadge. Coming ahead on the dribble is Rasenko. His layup is no good, but he's fouled on the way to the hoop. Looks like it might be 7 Jones with the foul. We'll wait and see. It is. So that's Jones' first personal foul of the night. Second Kent team foul, but Rasenko will go to the line for the Blue Devils.
Kent making a 5-for-5 substitution here. I don't know if they're going to go for one shot here at the end of the quarter. Should be interesting to see.
First shot for Rasenko is up and good. Give him 24 on the night. And as Eric said, wholesale substitution here for the last 28 seconds for Kent. Rasenko ready to shoot his second shot. Keyshawn Talbert. The second one is no good. Talbert in there now for Kent. And in the backcourt, it's Churn. And we got a foul. It's going to send Kent to the line. Foul on Tallmadge. I don't know if it's Rasenko or Heller. We'll find out right here.
A bit of a gamble here by Coach Black, but he wanted to get a little extra rest for his starters here before the end of the third quarter. And right now it's paying off for him.
Chad Rasenko with his second foul, but 15th foul. And that'll send E.J. Churn to the line for the Rough Riders. First shot is no good off the back iron, and the Rough Riders, they've done a great job of getting back in the game, Eric, but if they were hitting their free throws, they'd be leading right now.
It's the little things.
Churn, second shot. Up, this time rattles in, and it's back to a 3-point game, and we were going to have a substitution for Tallmadge. Checking back into the game is Caleb Kendrick. So Tallmadge will have 20.1 to get at least one more shot off and try to extend their 3-point lead. Rasenko will bring it ahead for the Blue Devils.
Rough Riders choose to stay in that 2-3 here with 12 seconds to go.
Tallmadge running a little bit different look here offensively. Kendrick out top. Gets it to Heller. Heller to State to Kendrick. His shot just before the buzzer hits the side of the backboard. No good. So after 3 quarters, it's Tallmadge 36, Kent Roosevelt 33. We got a ball game. We'll be back after this.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Hi, this is Ronnie Kemmer, owner of Cambria's Bistro. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Cambria's Bistro is a family-owned establishment that brings together the best of two worlds, the rich traditions of Italian cuisine and the contemporary favorites of a pub and grill. Reservations are not required but recommended by calling 330-331-5282 or 330-331-5357. We offer a casual dining atmosphere that is great for a family dinner, date night, or a special celebration. We feature a wonderful wine list with selections from Sicily to Napa Valley. We also have a great bar menu with specialty cocktails, many beers, on-tap beers, ciders, and seltzers. Cambria's Bistro also features San Pellegrino sparkling water. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Come see us soon.
Back here at Tallmadge High School, Tallmadge will inbound the ball to start the third quarter. Rasenko to Kendrick on the far side. Back to Rasenko on the near side to Heller. Heller skip pass to Kendrick to Rasenko. Rasenko will drive in the lane. He'll pull up for a 12-footer that's there. And the foul. Rasenko with a nice floater that time. The basket will count, and the foul is going to go against Seven Jones, his second and Kent's first of the fourth quarter.
Tallmadge looking to regain their mojo here a little bit. That's a good way to start the fourth quarter. I think they need to be a little more assertive offensively and maybe a little more aggressive defensively here.
Rasenko's free throw was good, giving Tallmadge a 6-point, 39-33 lead. Eric, in that third quarter, the only points for Tallmadge were the 4 that Rasenko got. So we haven't had a Tallmadge player other than Rasenko score in the second half. Top of the key, Jones for Kent. He gets it inside to Pete, so I take that back. It's Foreman. He misses his layup, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the foul line to shoot 2. Foul against Robbie Reed, and that's his second. Tallmadge's first of the fourth quarter. Go ahead, Aaron.
To pick up on what you said there, it's important that as many guys as possible stay involved offensively and not to get just one guy on fire out there.
First free throw, again missed, this time by Foreman. So Kent struggling at the line. Otherwise, it'd be a different looking game right now. Foreman will try a second one. Bends, sights, and shoots. In and out. Rebound by Peeps. Puts it back in. A big bucket for the Rough Riders, and they trail 39-35. 6'6" senior that time got off his feet and stuck it right back in. Rasenko for Tallmadge in the corner with the ball. He'll drive the lane. He'll shoot from 10, and it falls out. Boy, that one looked like it was going to go down. But Rasenko will go back to the line. Foul again on Jones, his third foul now, and the second team foul for Kent here in the quarter. Rasenko to the line for 2. First shot is up and good. Big night for Chad Rasenko, and it was a big night for the Blue Devils as a whole in the first quarter. Things have tamed down considerably since then. Second shot by Rasenko, up and off the iron, no good. Rebound Peeps for Kent. Peeps needs help in the backcourt, gets it from Jones. Jones ahead on the left-hand dribble. Eric, I'm reminded we got to pick a player of the game here, and wow, it normally would be really easy, but if Kent comes back and wins, and Estep missed a layup. That ball is halfway down, came out. Rasenko to the other end. He'll kick it out top to Bontempo. Anthony Bontempo's shot, no good off the front of the iron. Heller with the rebound to Reed in the corner to Rasenko. He'll drive baseline and lay it up and in. Chad Rasenko remains the story here tonight for Tallmadge, and they lead 42-35.
I'm not sure on that Kent drive. It might have been a goaltending there. I think they hit the backboard on that layup, but not sure.
Far side, it's Jones. Seven Jones to Gavin Peeps at the top for Kent. Peeps to Ellington, who's the big story of the third quarter. He'll spin, dribble, try to go to the hole. He does, and he's going to get a foul call. He'll go to the line for two. Kent's got to start converting these. That was on number 14 from Tallmadge, who's Caden Heller, his second foul, team's second foul. And Ellington, Tyler Ellington at the line for Kent. First shot up off the front of the iron.
It's really becoming a problem for Kent. They got to get some of these free throws to go down to stay where they want to in the last few minutes of this game.
They were 3 for 6 last quarter from the line. They're 0 for 3 so far this quarter, with one more coming for Ellington. So, typically you think an average night should be around 70% for a high school free throw shooter. Second one off the back of the iron, rebounded by Bontempo for Tallmadge. Ahead to Rasinko. Rasinko trying to pick up the pace. He gets it off to number 10, who is Chase Christ. His shot no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Tallmadge had it and took a timeout. Looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll take this 30-second break to hear from our friends at Jog, and we'll be right back.
Summit County. Ready to score big in your career? Check out AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. It's mobile friendly, easy to use, and full of opportunities to connect with local employers. Whether you're looking to get hired or hire talent, Jog makes it simple. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit AkronWorks.com today and take your career to the end zone.
So we're back here at Tallmadge High School, and off-air discussion about player of the game. And most nights it would seem obvious. Chad Rasinko's got 30 points here in the middle of the fourth quarter, still fairly early in the fourth quarter. And it would be a no-brainer should Tallmadge hold on and win, but Kent's made a nice run here in the second half. Robbie Reed will trigger the inbound, gets to Bontempo in the corner. His shot from 3, no good. Rebound by Polcha for Kent. He's got pressure from Rasinko in the backcourt. Polcha ahead to Estep on the far side in front of the Rough Rider bench. The senior with a left-hand dribble. Looking for a screen from Peeps. Gets it to number 30, who is Ethan Justice, back in, and he'll lay it up and in. Ethan Justice with his first 2 on the night, and it's a 42-37 game. Back at the other end, Rasinko, a baseline 10-footer. He's got 32, and Tallmadge has a 5-point lead, 7-point lead, 44-37. Foreman for Kent to Estep. Estep to Peeps, top of the key. Peeps to Polcha. Gavin Polcha to Justice to Foreman. He'll drive the lane, spins into the lane, 6-footer good.
Nice finish. Hanging around, down 5. 4:44 to go in the game.
Foreman with 9 on the night. Rough Rider still in it, down 5. Rasinko to Beltempo. Back to Rasinko, top of the key. Back to Anthony Beltempo. Back to Rasinko. And it's Bontempo, I apologize. Inside the States, his layup is good. Finally, somebody else on the board in the second half for Tallmadge. Luke States now with 8. Tallmadge with the 7-point lead again. Polcha drives the lane. Running 6-footer, no good, but he gets his own rebound, goes up, shot blocked, tapped away, loose ball picked up by Estep for Kent. To Justice, to Foreman. Foreman will drive the lane, running layup, again off the rim, and a nice tip again by Peeps. Peeps for Kent, and we got a timeout on the floor. Let's see what we got here before we release it. Kent timeout, a full timeout. So, Bobby, we'll take that wild card time out here for the fourth quarter, and we'll be right back.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Back here at Tallmadge, Eric, 5-point game. I guarantee at the end of the first quarter we weren't thinking this was going to be a 5-point game this late. What do we got here? 3:51 remaining here in the fourth quarter. But the Rough Riders, and you said it multiple times in the first half. I mentioned they're hanging around, and you liked their fight, that they weren't giving up, and that fight has paid off to where if they can make a few more free throws, this is going to be anybody's game. Tallmadge, outside of Versinko, having a little tough time getting the ball in the hole.
Kent Roosevelt doing a nice job too of attacking the basket and getting to the free throw line and or finishing.
Caleb Kendrick ahead on the dribble for Tallmadge into the forecourt. Kendrick, Tallmadge calling out the play, gets it to Robbie Reed.
Looks like they've gone man-to-man.
Bontempo to straight. Yep, Kent has switched to man-to-man. Momentarily, it looks like Tallmadge is now adjusting. Kendrick out top, refuses a screen, he'll back off, call another set. He'll hand off to Rosinko, ball batted loose by Peeps. Rosinko, he picks it up, and Peeps grabs him by the jersey. And I think that's got to be an intentional foul.
You would think. Not? You would think.
I mean, we're not right on it, but he had a whole handful of jersey as Rosinko was going to the hole.
It's hard to accidentally grab a jersey for that long.
Yeah. Peeps' first foul. Inbounding is Reed for Tallmadge, lobs it way out top to Rosinko. He gets a screen from Straits, but is double teamed, and foul called against either Ellington or Peeps. And it's going to be Peeps, which is the better of the two actually Ellington didn't have any. So that's a second on Peeps, fourth team foul against Kent. So good news for Tallmadge there. They'll be shooting the rest of the way.
Rough Riders getting aggressive in their man-to-man, even jumping a little bit out of it there. Almost had a turnover.
Yeah. Rosinko will lob it into the backcourt for Bontempo to Reed. Reed, backdoor cut for Caleb Kendrick. His layup no good, but he got bumped on the way to the basket, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul looks like it's going to go against John Estep, his second, the team's fifth. So Tallmadge shooting the bonus the rest of the way, and Caleb Kendrick to the line for the Blue Devils. He's got 2 points, his first trip to the foul line tonight. First shot is up and good. Kendrick trying to give the Blue Devils a little breathing room here. They lead by 6 with just over 3 minutes to play. The other thing I noticed here in the second half, Eric, especially for Tallmadge, but both teams to a degree, the substitutions are coming less frequently. They're both coaches going with who they got for the most part. Kendrick's second free throw also good. Tallmadge leads 48-41. Tallmadge back into a three-quarter court press. Ellington ahead for Kent. He's got a hole. He gets all the way to the hole and lays it in. Nice drive, nice recognition by Ellington. Give him 6. And Kent back within 5. Robbie Reed out top for Tallmadge. Reed on the far side. Lobs it in the corner to Rosinko. Nice pass inside the Straight. Straight's second bucket of the quarter. He's got 10 on the night, and Tallmadge leads 50-43. Jones working, gets it to Peeps. He'll drive baseline. He was about to dunk it and got hit in the face with no call. Tallmadge comes away with a loose ball. Rosinko, he lobs to Straight, and his layup is good. So, unfortunately for the Rough Riders, the officials missed that one as Peeps got clobbered in the face. and resulting in a loose ball and what looked to be a dunk attempt from Peeps. And instead we go the other end, Tallmadge scores, and all of a sudden now it's a 9-point lead with just over 2 minutes to go. That's what Tallmadge needed. They needed somebody else to score the basketball. Straight's done that here. Kendrick got a couple of free throws, and Straight with 3 buckets, and all of a sudden Tallmadge is leading by 9 at 52-43.
Well, if they had video replay in high school, you would have one right there, coaching challenge by Coach Black, because that was a critical, could have been a 3-point play at one end, and it became a 2-point easy opportunity for Tallmadge at the other end.
I give Coach Black credit, too, because that's one that you could easily just lose your mind over, and he certainly complained, but he didn't cost his team by getting a technical foul that was unneeded at that point. So Kent now needs a score this time down the floor. They trail by 9. Jones in the forecourt picks up his dribble, gets it to Ellington with pressure from Kendrick out top. Peeps will set the screen up high. Ellington gets into the lane. Looked like he traveled, no call. And no, there was a call, just didn't hear the whistle. And a good call that time. Ellington definitely picked up his pivot foot. Kent here in a full court, 2-2-1. Tallmadge with Kendrick in the backcourt to Beltempo, cross court to Racinko. Racinko dribbles away from the trap, gets it in the corner to Robbie Reed. He'll hoist from 3 and he'll nail it. Robbie Reed with his first points of the night, and they're big as Tallmadge is now back up 12 with under 2. Racinko with the steal from Jones. He'll run down to the other end and lay it in. And just like that, our close game is pushed out to a 14-point difference. That step for Kent to the other end. He gets a bucket, his 11th point. Trapped in the backcourt is Kendrick. Foreman comes away with it. His layup is blocked. Tallmadge has people open at the far end, and it's going to be Racinko who puts it in. And Tallmadge has pretty much put this away as the lead is back out to 14 with under a minute to play. Peeps will hoist the 3 for Kent. Off the iron, no good. Racinko with the rebound, 56.9 remaining. Racinko into the forecourt, fouled by Foreman, and Racinko will go to the line shooting 2. So, wow, that turned in a heartbeat, Eric. And, I don't want to blame it on one call, but, boy, the momentum shifted with that call immediately. And what do we got?
I think technical foul on Coach Black. He's also upset about the last play down the floor. Tallmadge pinned the ball against the backboard. I think the block was before it was on the board, but again, he felt like it was a goaltending and wasn't called. At this point, the game is out of reach. It's important for Kent just to try to keep their composure here. They don't want to lose anyone for the next game or two.
Racinko will shoot the technical fouls. First one up and good. Second one also good. And I believe it'll be Racinko shooting the common foul as well because they're in the bonus. And with that, Coach Black is going to run up the flag and bring in 5 off the bench. So Racinko, first shot up and good. He's got 39 on the night, and this could make it an even 40. So there it is, and Eric, with your permission, I think we're safe to name our player of the game at this point. It's Chad Racinko, who's got 40 points as he takes his seat, and his team back up by 18, I believe their biggest or second biggest lead of the night. So Chad Racinko will get our player of the game honors for the Blue Devils.
And obviously he's had a great night. What I love the most is he came out in the second half and he missed, I think, his first 3 shots, but he stayed aggressive and then caught fire again.
In for Tallmadge and fouled is number 13, Andreas Carr. That'll send him to the line for 2 shots. And we got a host of substitutions now for Tallmadge. I'll try to get those to you, actually for both teams. Get them as we can. We have Julian Payne is into the game for Tallmadge. First shot up and no good for Andreas Carr. Also in for Tallmadge, Georgie Van Horn, the freshman. Thought he might see some action tonight. Chase Cluster is out there. And Shane Rasenko back in for the second time. Second free throw by Carr is good. And Kent will bring it ahead with 44.5 for Kent. Ball handled by number 15, who is Chase Dennison. Shot in the lane is no good. Picked off by Tallmadge. Pass ahead to 15, who is Rasenko. So the Rasenko brothers getting into the action tonight. And they're going to have a chance for another bucket. 2 straight for Shane Rasenko, the freshman. So the Rasenko brothers, Eric, are averaging 22 points on the game tonight.
It's incredible.
And there you go. They'll dribble it out, and that's our final is Tallmadge 68 and Kent Roosevelt 45, and it's hard to believe, but with less than 3 minutes, this is a 5-point game. What happened?
Well, it's going to be interesting to look back at that. Not that the entire game obviously was on a baseline drive there where the Kent player got poked in the eye, but it was a critical move because, as I recall, it was going to cut it to 6, and he would have gone to the line and made it a 5-point game. Instead, they give up one on the back end, and it's all of a sudden it's 9, and then from there it just blew up.
All right, so as we've announced, our Cambria's Bistro player of the game is Chad Rasenko for Tallmadge, and we'll tell you more about what he did when we come out after this word from Cambria's Bistro.
Hi, this is Ronnie Kemmer, owner of Cambria's Bistro. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Cambria's Bistro is a family-owned establishment that brings together the best of 2 worlds, the rich traditions of Italian cuisine and the contemporary favorites of a pub and grill. Reservations are not required but recommended by calling 330-331-5282 or 330-331-5357. We offer a casual dining atmosphere that is great for a family dinner, date night, or a special celebration. We feature a wonderful wine list with selections from Sicily to Napa Valley. We also have a great bar menu with specialty cocktails, many beers, on-tap beers, ciders, and seltzers. Cambria's Bistro also features San Pellegrino sparkling water. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Come see us soon.
Back here at Tallmadge High School, where, wow, this was this is one of the more interesting games I've seen in a while. Tallmadge looked like they were going to run away with it, Eric. In the first quarter, they led 22-7. Kent fought their you-know-whats off for the next 2.5, 3 quarters, got back into the game, and as you were just enumerating before we went to break, actually had a chance to get it even closer, but a call that didn't go their way, and it looked from our vantage point like it was a missed call, but you're going to have that, right? You certainly can't blame a 23-point loss on one call, but it made a difference for Kent. The other thing that we didn't talk a lot about, it took a lot of extra energy for Kent to dig out of that hole, right? And I think part of what maybe we saw down the stretch of the last 3 or 4 minutes was they were running on fumes.
And I think it's interesting to point out to players and fans sometimes that, Tallmadge just totally dominated the first quarter. Second quarter was even, and then Kent came out and dominated the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, I thought Kent had the upper hand for the first 5 minutes or so. And then, things just got out of hand in the last 3 minutes. And you made a good point earlier, Ron, like, when you're not making your free throws, it's almost the same as a turnover. You do everything right, you get to the free throw line, and I don't know what they ended up at the foul line, but it couldn't have been good. And
yeah, it wasn't. And I'm going to figure that up during our next break. And just a quick look. So the difference in the first half was turnovers, right? That's how Tallmadge went out to such a big lead. How did it end up turnover-wise?
Well, Kent only, my stats obviously are unofficial, but it ended up being just 4 turnovers for Kent after having 11 in the first half. And those 11 first-half turnovers, especially in the first quarter, created some easy opportunities for Tallmadge. Give Tallmadge credit. They played well enough, long enough to get the job done, and they did make their free throws for the most part. And they withstood the storm there and turned it into a 23-point victory.
I mean, talk about withstanding the storm. I don't know I've ever seen one like that in the last 3 minutes of the game. Hey, I want to give a shout-out to Kent, for fighting back, but especially Tyler Ellington in that third quarter started chipping away with big rebounds, and I don't know, but how did the rebound situation end up on?
Well, for the night, I think Kent had a slight edge, 20-18 in the rebounds. Ellington, I think, and led Kent. I think he had 6 rebounds. And I just like the way Kent Roosevelt attacked the basket later in the game and got more assertive in that regard. And like I said, Tallmadge responded when they had to, when their backs were against the wall. I believe it was at one point it was 36-33. I believe.
Was, yeah.
And then somehow from there it went from 36-33 to 68-45.
Yeah.
And I was standing here watching it, and I'm not sure how all that developed. But.
No, but there's no way we could tell you everything that happened in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game. But it was a highly entertaining game, and as it turned out, it was a close game almost the entire second half until it wasn't. And boy, when it wasn't, that happened quick. We'll talk here again when we come back from this next break about Chad Racinko, because he was obviously the story of the night. So Racinko family, Chad will be getting a nice gift card from Cambria's Bistro and a Fifth Dimension Radio Player of the Week T-shirt that'll come to Tallmadge High School here later this week to Chad, and we wish them the best of luck going down the road. So Tallmadge now 4-1 in the league. We didn't have a whole lot of success getting scores from the other games tonight, but if Highland would have happened to have lost, then Tallmadge would be tied for first. We're going to take this time out. We'll come back and take a look at some offensive statistics.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Back here at Tallmadge High School, so time to take a look at some offensive statistics. Lots of points spread around to some degree, certainly for Kent, not so much for Tallmadge. So let's look at the Rough Riders first. Seven Jones had 4 field goals and 1 for 1 from the line for his 9 points. Gavin Peeps had a 3-pointer and 2 field goals for 7 points. Kyler Foreman, a nice second half for Foreman. He totaled 9 points on the night. E.J. Churn was 1 for 2 from the line for a point. Tyler Ellington, I mentioned, had a big night on the boards and defensively, and also came away with 6 points, but it was at the free throw line. We'll talk about that in a minute. That really hurt for Ellington. Also, John Estep off the bench had 3 threes on the night and a 2-point field goal for his team-high 11 points for Estep off the bench. And Ethan Justice had a bucket in the fourth quarter to give the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders their total of 45 points. But here's the key. The Rough Riders 6 for 14 from the line on the night, and a lot of those misses came in the third and fourth quarter, particularly 0 for 4 in the fourth quarter. So turn that around, and then probably the game doesn't get away from them at the end, because really of that 23-point difference, I want to say the last 12 were just kind of end of the game, let them score type things. For Tallmadge, here we go. Caleb Kendrick, a field goal, 2 for 2 from the line for 4 points. Luke Straight had 6 field goals for 12 points, 3 big buckets in the fourth quarter straight. There was that point, I think we were almost midway through the fourth quarter, and the only person that had scored in the second half was Racinko. Wow. So Straight came up big for him when it mattered in the fourth. Robbie Reed hit a late 3 for his 3 points. Chase Christ with a bucket for 2 points. Andreas Carr with a bucket and 1 for 2 from the line for 3 points. And Shane Racinko, the freshman, off the bench in the fourth quarter, got 2 quick buckets at the end of the game for his 4. Now here's where we're not going to do the math, because we'll be here another 5 minutes trying to add all this up. But the bottom line is Chad Racinko for Tallmadge, 40 points. He and you would think when somebody in high school scores that many, they're just blowing three-pointer after knocking down three-pointer after three-pointer. He had 2 3-pointers. Everything else was 2-point field goals, and Racinko was 4 for 6, and then 6 for 6, 10 for 12, 10 for 13 from the foul line. So he did it all. He layups, knocked down a couple of 3-pointers, run-outs in transition. The guy had a night. He had one of the better nights probably that maybe the best night offensively that we'll see all season. If we see a better one, I want to see it.
It's the first time I've seen Tallmadge play this year, and so I don't know what their norms are. But the thing I really liked about Racinko's performance was he came out aggressive. He took what was there. I don't think he forced a shot all night, maybe one. But I believe he missed his first 3 shots of the second half. But he kept forcing the action. He, like you said, he finished around the basket. He had pull-up 15-footers, and he drained some threes. And it was a huge night for him. And Tallmadge needed it, especially in that third quarter, just to hang with the onslaught that the Rough Riders were providing.
I think I still owe you at least one, Bobby, so we're going to take this break for our last break. We'll be back to wrap this up and tell you about next week.
Hey, students and job seekers, your next big career play starts here. AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. Find local jobs, connect with employers, and get hired fast. It's easy, mobile-friendly, and full of opportunity. Step up, get in the game, and visit AkronWorks.com today, because your career deserves a winning drive.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screen Print Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
Back here at Tallmadge High School, where the Blue Devils put away late the Kent State. Got through the whole night. I knew it would happen, but I caught myself. The Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders by a final of 68-45. One other score from around the Suburban American tonight. It's a third quarter score. Copley leading Revere 42-34. Copley was another one of those teams at 3-1. So if that holds, they'll be 4-1. Tallmadge 4-1. We'll see what happens with Highland and what happens with Barberton tonight for the league here. I wanted to bring up one other thing, and then we'll talk real quickly about next week. So Bob Fritz is standing right in front of me over there, and I'm reminded that every Wednesday night, and I always get this wrong, Bob, 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, 10-cent beer night, 7:30 to 8:30. There, I'm glad I asked. 7:30 to 8:30. I was only a couple hours off. Tune in early to hear some nice tunes or something from our fans halfway around the world to have their shows. I should know the schedule a little better, but at any rate, tune in for Fifth Dimension Radio's 10-cent beer night. It's hosted by Seth Opaki and our very own Bob Fritz. They talk about not only high school football, basketball, and any other ball, but pro sports in the area, college sports in the area. God bless them. They even talk about the Browns, and that's got to be painful. But they do, and the Cavaliers can be painful this year from time to time. The Zips are doing well, but then they lost one they shouldn't have. But they put a nice positive spin on it for you. So join Seth and Bob on Wednesday night and on Fifth Dimension Radio / 10-cent beer night. So, and every great once in a while, this ugly mug will sneak in the back door and pretend like he knows something. So, great game tonight as it turned out. Score-wise at the end, you wouldn't think it was a great game, but it was highly entertaining. Kent just, the start killed them. The start and the free throw shooting. But they're, to me, a team like that's still going to be a factor in the league. They're not going to win the league. They're already 0-5. Yeah. They're going to knock off somebody that's up at the top before the end of the season. So hats off to Coach Black and his staff for keeping his guys in it tonight and fighting until the end. And hats off to Justin Little, who's got his team at 4-1. And, they could have folded the tent there. They were on the ropes.
Yeah, just a quick shout out to both coaches because, fans and media people and parents, they look at final scores and stats and all that, but a coach's job is to evaluate what happened on the floor. And for Tallmadge, the positive is they had a player had a career night, and that's great. And they did a good job of letting him continue to do what he was doing. But there was also lulls for them offensively where other guys have got to get involved. And so there are things for them to work on. And for Kent, it was about you come out and you just didn't get it done in that first quarter. Between that and the free throw line, the positive thing you would, if you're Coach Black, you said, look at us move defensively in this 2-3 zone. They were extending a good 8 feet beyond that 3-point line, maybe 10 feet, and that's a lot of ground to cover when you're not trapping. But it was like the old Syracuse Jim Boeheim kind of thing, and credit to Coach Black and the Rough Riders for making life difficult here tonight.
Yeah, I tell kids that I coach all the time, you can be this big and you can be the same size as you are and be this big and take up 3 times as much space. And that's what they were doing with their zone there in the second half. So very entertaining game. We're hoping for one next week. So Bob, again, I'm always wrong, but I believe since we started this operation last basketball season and through football season, this next game, next Tuesday, will be our first all-parochial school game. Am I right about that? Villa Angela St. Joe at Walsh. So we'll be at Walsh to see the Warriors next Tuesday night. You're looking at a former Warrior here, but not actually, yes, a different Walsh Warrior, right?
Yeah. Way back in the day.
You guys were the Warriors also, were you not?
I went to Walsh. We were the Cavaliers. The Walsh College Cavaliers. But I was such a poor student. I gave them so much money they became a university. And so,
well, I'm looking forward to that. I've been in that gym many times, but never from the perspective of broadcasting. So, Mr. Felmley, wish us luck. There's not much we haven't seen at this point, but thank you to the folks here, Billy Johnson and his staff at Tallmadge. So comfortable up here in their press box, lots of space to spread out, and again, thanks to to Roger McLean, who came and pinch hit here in the last couple of days, or maybe the last couple of hours. I'm not sure how much advance warning we gave you, Roger, but thanks for being here and running camera. Thanks, Bob Fritz, for coming back when you probably should have taken another night in bed, but you got us our hot spot so we could get through this tonight. And, of course, Mr. Felmley, who continues to make us look good. And I don't know, Bob, I think we finally got that last gremlin out because the panic on his headset. Okay, well, it's nice of you to take one for the team, but at any rate, thank you to Mr. Felmley for what he does, and yours truly got to speak into a new headset mic here tonight, so I'm very appreciative of that. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll see you Tuesday night from Walsh High School for Villa Angela St. Joe against the Walsh Warriors. Estimated airtime at 6:45 p.m. Thanks, and have a good night.
You've been listening to Fifth Dimension Radio's Sports Special, where we bring you live high school sports. And we'll be announcing more exciting games coming up in the near future, so keep it on Fifth Dimension Radio. This is your announcer, Bob. Good night.